It's time to get on up with Jam and Renee. And here's your hosts, James Arthur M. and Renee Culver.
Good.
The amount of rehearsal. We were up at 4 a.m. right when the show starts. I need the trash to come in. And listen, you think that that's an easy coordination. It is not. You have to call the city. You have to call the guy who's running and say, I'm so sorry. I know this sounds weird, but I need the beeps to happen the second we come in. The millisecond that we come in. But we nailed it. Great work.
Well, mission accomplished, Renee. Wow. Well, there it is. It must be Thursday. It's Trash Thursday. And good morning, everybody. Welcome to Backchannel, the only place you can listen to, watch, and chat with your hosts right here on your Echo Excella or on the YouTube as well. You're watching Get On Up with Jam and Renee and the City of Los Angeles Garbage Department.
Thank you. Quite a debut. Welcome to the show.
Our third host. I am your morning jam for this morning, James Arthur M.
And I am Renee Culver, you sweet Get On Uppers. God bless you. I'm sorry about that. And thank God for it. Like, the city is beautiful because of them. It is not an easy job. We love them so much. I am sure something happened that we need to have that beep that can be heard from space. Something happened where this is a solution so that doesn't happen again. So we are grateful. We are grateful for the solution. We are grateful to hear it from space, but I'm so sorry.
Look at Renee kicking off our Thankful Thursday so early. Wow, we used it at the end of the show. I just love it. Good morning, Get On Uppers. I couldn't, my mouth was open and it just heard beep, beep, beep. Couldn't even get the good
Welcome
morning,
to my world.
everybody. But
I know, I'm so
we
sorry.
love it so much. Well, Renee, no apologies needed. We all have trash that needs to get taken out, and it happens whenever. Get On Uppers curious, when is your trash day? Mine is on Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Get On Uppers curious, when is your trash day? Don't forget, maybe it's today. Get it out there. I think Renee still has her co-host.
It was. Yes, it was. I think they might be done for a bit. Okay. Thank you for your patience, both you and Get On Uppers.
Yes. Well, speaking of the Get On Uppers, I would love to see who's in the audience today and say hello. We got Melinda from Virginia, Linda from Pennsylvania, Colleen from Arizona. We got Jeanette from New York, Pat from Texas, Dee from Nevada, and our almost birthday lady, Stacy from Texas. Counting down. And is this correct? Stacy says that Stacy's going to be here for the full 2 hours today. Am I reading this correct, Stacy? We get you the full show. Don't toy with my emotions here, as we love having it.
It's great.
I love it.
This is the best news. This is the best news. And Stacy has shown us exactly how we all participate with the show. Stacy, we're thrilled to hear it. All 2 hours. The best news. I think it might be a 4-person show. It is Jam and Stacy and the trash truck and Renee. Welcome to Get On Up, party of 4. And the rest of our Get On Uppers.
You're going to get Tugboat all jealous. He's like, what about me? He will Jennifer Hudson this. What about
Tugboat's in
me?
contract negotiations right now. So even if I begged him to be on, he's being difficult. So Tugboat is my dog.
Going through. That's good. Good to explain it. Just in case people are like, what is going on?
What is happening?
Yes, Tugboat was previously on Getting Up. Tugboat was digging on the couch while Mom was at work.
Yawning his way through the show. Sure. And it's only fair. So Get On Up is, as it was, if you want to participate, and we beg for you too, all you do is you say to your device, Tugboat, you gotta lighten up, man. Come on. It's not that deep. You got a pretty good life.
Is that what the Get On Uppers are saying, or is that what Mom is saying?
That's maybe what Mom's saying. Mom's maybe saying, I can tell by your size and your pouting that you think your life is terrible, but I assure you, it's very good. You're doing okay.
Yeah.
You're doing okay.
Just you know what Mom does for you. This is great. Well, we've got a great show for y'all today. There is more than just garbage trucks vrooming around. Today, right on cue. Are they just circling your block? Do they just circle
Yeah.
just your house? Yeah.
I hope for
Okay.
the amount that I paid them. Yes, I hope. No, I don't. I'm very lucky to have them. But it is a curious thing. So I think honestly, here's what happens. So there's an alley, and I
Mm,
think there's two separate things that happen. So there's three trash bins. So they have to get all three out of the alley. And then the getter on outer there is not the same as the scooper upper. So they put it on the
okay.
street, then the scooper upper takes them, and then
Uh-huh.
the get on outer has to come back, but sometimes
Mm.
they pace themselves.
This is quite an operation. Well, good luck, LA. Good luck and God bless Los Angeles. Doing the Lord's work. Well, let's take a look and see what we're gonna do for today's show. I mean, woof, have we got a Thursday for you. It is Thirsty Thursdays, but not in a weird way, a fun way. We're going to talk about first and foremost, what are you thirsting for that's coming up? Maybe it's a new book that just got you parched. It's a new movie coming out. We're going to review. We want to hear from you, Get On Uppers. What are you thirsting for? Maybe it's just a plate of nachos. You're just like, give me the nachos. Get me that nachos. We're going to play Celebrity Birthday Quiz. Renee is going to be our quiz mastress. I don't know. I need a new word. One for master. I'm done with it. Throw it out the window. We don't like it anymore.
Yeah,
and so yesterday I kept saying this at work, and inappropriate. I do work in HR, people ops. And I was like, oh, she's our, whatever her title is, mastress. I was trying to make it like ladylike, and then it just came out. And then I was like, mistress sounds, I don't think we like that either.
It is trickier. That's trickier. Yeah. Okay. Well, we can workshop it. We can see. So it's the person in charge.
Yes.
How do you feel about royalty?
HBIC. Oh, royalty. Okay. The quiz empress. I love that.
I like that. Yeah. I feel like when in doubt, go to fairy tale land and then make them.
And I also like using gender neutral royalty language. Yes. I like that. That's why I like emperor. Oh, was it that? No, liege. That's one. I came up with this. Emperor.
What was
Empress?
Wesley called in Princess Bride? Get on uppers. Are you familiar with Princess Bride? I think like the movie from the 80s. The character's name was Wesley. Good sipping. And I think
that was my cue that I've never seen.
Yeah, I've never seen Princess Bride. Now, is that out of principle or out of? I don't know, it just never crossed my path.
I missed the boat. I know it's one of those things that everybody has seen, but I do also want to say, not that prevalent in the Black community. I mean, some people have definitely seen it. It's a classic. I did try to watch it on an airplane ride back from Europe, and I was like, oh, good, this is on. And then none of the TV screens were working. Or I think I maybe got it in 5 minutes, and the guy from Wonder Years was like, I got to play my video game. And then it stopped working. So that's as far as I got.
That makes all the sense. All right. Well, no, you're right. It's irrelevant. Never mind. Yeah.
Well, no, I also just don't think it's one of those things that I might have missed the boat on seeing it and having it be like this movie that I'm going to quote and love it, because I am nearing 40. So the magic might be lost on me, is what I'm saying. Do we have any Princess Briders out there? Who's seen Princess Bride?
Beyond fair. Okay. Well, I think there are a slew of titles that you could pull from Princess Bride had you seen it, but I think we've established it's irrelevant, so we will find something else to pull our titles from. You were in the middle of telling our sweet Get On Uppers what they are getting themselves into today. Do you want to keep telling?
Was I? I don't remember. Look at Renee driving the ship like the empress she is.
No, I took us off the ship and I brought up a movie that you haven't seen, and so that was my apology to get us back on the ship so that we can
guess what I just found. Your Majesty also works sovereign. You're sovereign.
Okay. Got it.
Your Majesty, that's super neutral. So you're like the quiz majesty. Okay.
Okay.
All
right.
The quiz sovereign. I do like a sovereign, because that is like you are ruling over all of this, right? The quizar, kind of like a Quiznos. Renee loves sandwiches.
Great. I do love sandwiches.
I don't know that for a fact if you do love sandwiches.
I do love sandwiches. Yes, of course I love sandwiches. Look at me. Of course I love sandwiches. Yes. Profile me. That is a sandwich loving gal. And you can that you can rely. Yeah.
All right. Follow-up question for Renee and the Get on Uppers. Do you have a favorite sandwich shop? Do you have a favorite sandwich shop?
Mhm.
Renee already knows. Renee,
Sure.
what's your
Yeah, I mean,
favorite sandwich
I
shop?
think you have to. Don't you think that that's something that I feel like that is on par with your In-N-Outs and your Shake Shacks and your McDonald's? But everybody's got their favorites. So if it's like Subway, Togo's, Quiznos, I have gotten all fancy, and out here in Los Angeles, there is a sandwich shop, a sandwich shop,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
sandwich shop called
You're saying
All
it.
About the Bread, and are
And
they
you
ever
know
all
I'm
about the bread?
all
It is
about the bread. About the
amazing.
bread. No
Yep.
lettuce. I'm all about the bread. About the bread. No
That is
lettuce.
exactly what I tell
Stacy
them
doesn't
when they
go
call
to
them with my order.
Stacy doesn't go to one particular sandwich shop. Welcome, Aaron. Hot topic of the morning. We are just jumping right into it. What's your favorite sandwich shop? Do you have one? We are jumping in the deep end today. I have one, but I forget the name of it. It's some sort
Okay.
of
You looking at your
there's one
Postmates? Doing a bit of a Postmates search? See if you can find it?
oh
Well, I thought maybe you were
cereal.
Aaron, good
Oh,
morning. How
look
is
at it.
Elder Rings?
Oh, see,
Rings of the
Renee be
Elders.
knowing.
We gotta know. You're my only connection to someone cool playing a video game. I don't have anybody else. Everybody else in my life is
Okay, well, I
cool.
can't find it. It is a delicious place to
You're
get
welcome.
sandwiches.
Okay.
It's super good. There's another place like right down the block. I love a toasted sandwich. I love a toasted sandwich. That's super good.
It's
Yeah, it's been a while since I've ordered from there, so I guess I don't love them as much as Ike's.
don't have
It's
it.
Ike's.
You love
Ike's
Ike's.
love and sandwiches.
You
If
heard
you're
it
in San
here.
Francisco, you gotta go to Ike's. It's so good. It's so good.
I
And
love it. I will.
Stacey's aunt Tracy makes awesome sandwiches. Your aunt Tracy does it all, Stacey,
Mhm.
because she's hilarious, as you pointed out yesterday. She's funny like us, so
Thank you.
she must be just the bee's knees. I mean, don't drink when Aunt Tracy's around because you might spit your drink all over.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I really risked that. I took a sip right as you said not to drink.
I know. All right. So we're going to also do celebrity birthday quiz. Renee is the quiz sovereign, as we've decided. Look at that huge detail. We just derailed
Promotion.
for 7 minutes to figure out what
Yeah,
do we call you
of course.
instead of a
What
master.
else do you want besides derailing at 7 o'clock in the morning? But I mean it genuinely. If you were to have a drill sergeant be like, "Get up, go, go, go! We're doing this." That's not
It's
nice.
celebrity birthdays now. 5 minutes. Wrap it up.
Okay,
All right.
take
Accidental thirst
it
trap.
easy. We'll get there when
There.
we get there. I think is how we all like to get up. I like to get up.
And this is also how Renee likes to run a race.
Thank you. We'll get there when
Yeah.
we get there.
Ooh, Quiznos. All right. So then we're also going to do accidental thirst traps. Finally, my segment when Renee does accidental thirst traps, we never miss it. And then the Get On Up team is like, James, why don't you do accidental thirst traps? And I'm like, sure. And for 2 weeks, I have been bumped, and not today. Not today.
I
You're gonna
know.
see
Not
what
today.
I think
Not
is
today.
accidentally thirsty. So we'll
I
take a
can't
look at
wait.
that. We have our Thriving Thursday news, and then we have our Throwback Thursday. We're going to do a deep dive into the unsung heroes of the suffragette movement. I have 3 ladies who I'm going to wager you've never heard of them before, but boy, oh boy, or girl, oh girl, were they doing the work for the ladies.
Incredible. Incredible.
And then Renee is going to take us through a game of this or that, not would you rather, because we don't have the rights for that, and it does not go with Thursday. That'd be a Would You Rather Wednesday. So
Yes, correct. But it's not. It's on Thursday.
would you,
It's gonna be this
or
that.
as Barbara Walters would like to say, would you rather Wednesday?
Normally I'd be like, you absolutely cannot make fun of that, but she's mean, and we have documentation of her being awful to many people. So have at it.
But it's also just her accent though too. It's not like I'm making fun. It's not a speech impediment. It's her. It's like that
It's
New
the speech
England.
impediment.
Is it? I thought it was a New. Oh God, I'm so sorry. I thought it was a New England, like because there's like an
Fair.
accent where they do the W's like that. Oh, I didn't
Sure.
realize. Whoops.
Yeah, well, I bet
Ugh.
it's a combination. I bet it's a combination of both. And
'Cause she's
as
like
we've
New England.
established, She, I have heard guest after guest after guest after guest be like, she leveled me in a way that it took me years to recover. And yeah, I don't think she
Yeah.
was great. And I understand that she was the first woman to do it. And so she had to like trailblaze in a way that she's like, I mean business. But I don't know, man. I think it could have been nicer behind the
There,
scenes.
there is a clip of so she is because she's been on forever, and
Right.
she's in, I think we need to talk about Cosby archival footage of when they made her go to the Playboy Bunny Club, like not undercover, but like, okay, Barbara
Yeah.
Streisand is gonna see what it's like to be a bunny. And she just was like, this is ridiculous. Why do I have to wear this? And then when they cut back to like, because they did like a pre-tape and they cut back to the
Right.
studio, she's sitting there with her fellow anchor, and he's just like, ooh, wow, you look so good. And she's like, he's like, you should wear that all the time. And she's like, yeah, thank you. Next, Iran Contra. Like she just
Yeah.
tried to
No,
like,
and she didn't deserve that. Of course she didn't. Yeah, the amount of things that I'm sure she was having to deal with. But I think that is
but she
a
does
typical
deserve.
case of I went
What
through it.
about Wacky
Yeah.
Wednesday?
Well, I'm laughing. Well, I'm laughing.
All right. Well, in order for us to not get canceled, we're gonna need that robot that clears out archival footage of
Yeah,
us 10 years from
sure.
now.
Yep.
We're
Yep,
gonna
yep,
get
yep. We're gonna have to
canceled.
take down all of these YouTubes. Yes, please.
All right.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right.
And then we're going to close out with Thankful Thursday. And that's the day. That is the day.
What a
So,
day.
first segment, it's Thirsty Thursday. Get Thirsty Thursday. Thirsty Thursday. Get on uppers. Melinda, Linda, Colleen, Janet, Dee, Stacy, Dee, Aaron. I imagine that every time I say their name, they were doing something like making eggs, and then they turn around, they're like, huh? And they do like a big
Yes,
dramatic turn.
that's great. Like
What?
a 80s, 90s sitcom opening.
Yes,
Whatever you
or
do for
speaking
disability.
of,
Yeah. What do you know what I was doing
okay,
then? Do you know my charades of what I was doing? Because I'm very impressed because it was not good.
were you stirring like cake mix?
No, I was playing basketball.
You know what? In your defense, it did freeze
Yes.
for a moment, and
Oh,
I saw this.
okay.
Likability. Do you want to know something that when I was a kid? Okay, so y'all, we're talking about opening. Like, I do miss like the 80s and 90s. They used to do these, like, I mean, 5-minute openings. And then eventually they were like, we got to sell ads. We don't have time for this. So if you notice, it's just like the name of the show and moving on, right? Because
Yeah.
it takes up valuable ad space.
Sure does. Yeah.
But I used, because I watched not all 10 seasons of 90210 because I skipped the first like 2 or 3. I was bored. But they had like a huge like opening where everyone would like da 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 da, and they turn around in a chair. And I used to practice all the time because I was like, one day I'm going to be on a teen soap
Yeah.
opera. And like Smallville
And you
did the
will
same
be.
thing because they would, somebody save me. And they would just keep turning. And it's all like slow.
Well, you're ready. You're
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
absolutely ready.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
couldn't
I could do this
love
all day.
You could and you should. And you should. What's happening right now is I'm seeing if I can bring up the Bev Niner theme song fast enough for you to show me.
We can close it. We'll get it for tomorrow. We'll get it for tomorrow. We'll play the clip so we can know. And then you and I we'll do a whole segment where Renee and James pretend like they're on 90210 and we do who does the turn better.
Oh, you've already won. You've already won. Absolutely.
All right. Now that we've drip, is everyone still there? Sorry, we went on a tangent.
Miraculously. Yeah, I love it.
Don't get me talking about 90210 opening because I will just do.
That's the whole reason we turned in. We all tuned in to be like, you know what they're not talking enough about? How we all practiced to be on the opening of Bev Niner. I guess mine wasn't Beverly Hills Niner, but I guess it probably was Full House.
And you would practice being like the opening, like doing stuff like they always catch you and then you have to like finish what you were doing and then laugh.
I didn't know you were here. And I tell you what, you will think that that is arbitrary and it will not serve you anywhere else, but that is not true. In your 20s, you can apply that to running into your ex at a bar and you can use the exact same mentality of like, oh, I didn't see you here. And it is only believed by you. everyone else around you feels very sad for how hard you're trying to act like you didn't know he was there, but you think in your heart it was all of that opening sequence training finally paid off.
Is it
Oh,
you just like, and then taking a shot, and then another one, and then crying?
always,
Good
always,
night.
yes.
Well, at least we got a "This is silly" from Stacey. Agreed, agreed. All
Agree.
right, we're on
Indeed.
with the
Couldn't be
show. I
more
think that
correct.
was Stacey's
Yes.
polite way of being like, "All right, folks, we gotta
Yes. Let's move
give it."
along.
Oh,
Let's
you
move
got it.
it
That's
along.
silly, Renee. That's
Uh-oh.
silly.
Yeah. Stacey's right. Stacey's right.
They don't call
She
her
has the
silly
tongue on the
Renee
pulse
for
of the truth.
nothing. All right.
No.
What are Renee and GM are both silly? Oh, it's both of us.
Yep.
She's called us both
Sorry.
out.
You're in the silly boat with me. Hmm?
I imagine that the silly boat is just paddling around in circles, not getting to it, going backwards somehow.
It's us on the dance floor doing your canoe.
It's a good move. It's a good move. All right. It is Thirsty Thursdays. What are y'all thirsty for? And this could be just anything that maybe it's a new book, it's a new movie, it's a new TV show, it's a hot date. What are you thirsty for? I have 3 things that have me parched. 3 things.
Whoa.
I'm
Amazing.
salivating. I
I'm
think you're gonna
overly
like
hungry.
one of these, Renee. Or maybe you
Okay.
won't. I don't know. All right, I got a photo of these. Sarah, the first one is Russian Doll. So season 2 of Russian Doll.
Let's come back.
The teaser just came out on Netflix. It is set to look at Renee grabbing her calendar. It's set for, I do believe, there she is. I think it's April. I don't know why this article doesn't have it in here officially, but it was in the video. April 20th. April 20th with 7 new half-hour long episodes. Get on Uppers.
7.
I know Renee watched not Get On Up. She does watch Get On Up. She
I do. I'm
watches
forced to every morning. Yeah.
Well, then at night, you're like, Renee is such a perfectionist that she like watches the tape,
Goes back
gives
around.
herself notes.
I love you. Every single person watching right now is just like, we can see her and we've watched the show before. That girl is not a perfectionist. I would say she's the opposite. I don't think she's ever done a perfect thing in her life. And you would be right. And I'm proud to be it. Absolutely. Nope. I will represent the non-perfect of this show. Thank you so much.
You are
Am I in my
out of
pajamas? Yeah,
control.
absolutely. 100%.
Objection, Your Honor. Renee is wildin', and it's not even Wednesday. Or as Barbara Walters would say, why?
No, I don't think we should really double down on that, but I do think it was funny for a little bit.
Okay, fair. All right. It's one of the things like Renee laughs at this once. I'll just keep doing it.
I think you should. Well, I'll see. Let me. I'll let you know. Okay, hold on. Tell us more about Russian Doll.
Okay. It's coming out Wednesday, April 20th. And Stacey's right. Nobody is perfect. Get on Uppers. Is anybody else watching Russian Doll? Essentially, it's kind of like Groundhog's Day, but starring a lady. And with death. And Stacey said that she thinks that Russian Doll is hilarious. Aaron's a huge fan of the Russian Doll. Well, hold on, y'all. April 20th, spring is right here. It does really make me a little nervous sometimes watching people like die again and again. So that's not fun. But it is a funny show. So I do like it. I don't remember what happened in season 1, which was like 2 years ago. So I'll have to watch a YouTube recap video.
But I think we all remember being captivated.
Yes,
in
absolutely.
a way that well, oh gosh, what do I remember? Okay, so it's is this a fun segment? What do you think you remember about Russian Doll? So it was Groundhog Day-ish, which you just said.
On our birthday, yeah.
And then at the end, oh wait, maybe I'm spoiling it. We can offline with what I think happened at the end. But it's also been like, I feel like you could have watched it by now, right?
I think so.
Didn't she discover that somebody else was also going through this? And so she wasn't the only one? I feel like there was some sort of like time continuum.
There was somebody else. There was another guy who was also going through the same experience. And then Aaron said, I like that you chose Thursday to talk about it, considering that was one of the best memes in the show. Got it. All right. Well, there it is. There it is. I love getting notes live on air.
I do.
Renee, what are you thirsty for? I know you're parched, girl. What you parched for?
Yes, I would love to tell you. I am thirsty for equally a show. I'm holding on to it. Normally, a show comes out and I binge it, and then I get mad at
Yeah.
myself because I'm like, you've been waiting for this for years, and you just watch it all in one weekend. So I'm really trying to even wait to start. For me, I love it. A show called Better Things on FX, starring Pamela Adlon, and it is their final season. And so they have a complementing podcast that she is hosting. So were you a kiddo who loved like the DVD commentary that you could
Of
also listen to?
course. Especially when I was in film school for like 3 months. I was like, "I'm gonna be a
Yeah,
film major." Then I was like, "This is boring," and I did theater instead. But I
yeah,
used to buy all the DVDs and I would watch
yeah,
the director's commentary and listen. And
yeah.
it was like being in acting school, like or like
You
directing
learn so
school.
much. You learn so much, and I'm so
Mhm.
sad that that went by the wayside because I really genuinely enjoyed hearing all the behind the scenes stuff. So I'm excited, and I hope that more shows do that because what they're doing now in podcasting is they're doing recap shows years later. So like, there's an Office recap show, and
Mm.
there is a what's Zoe Deschanel's show? New Girl?
Oh, the new
Yeah,
girl. New
New Girl.
lady.
There's a New Girl recap show.
The new
There's
girl in town.
a Scrub recap show. All the recap shows are out there, but they're years later. So
Oh.
I love the idea of a podcast that is coupled with a show that is currently coming out. So you watch the scene and then you hear what happened, like a director's commentary. I love it. So I'm
I
excited
would
for that.
even I would even love it even a step further. Sometimes we've done this for the Maximum Fun Drive. Renee and I both have podcasts on Maximum Fun. Get them while you can now because we're wrapping up April. Mine is closing
Next
April
week for me.
15th, but the
Okay.
340 plus episodes will exist
Okay.
forever.
Yeah.
Um, but sometimes what we've done is like for the Maximum Fun Drive is we will do comment to us. We didn't make the show, but like last year we did us watching Bridgerton and us commenting. We say we count down. You as the viewer or listener can watch it with us, and so we count down. We say press play in 3, 2, 1. We all press play, and then it's us giving commentary. And
Oh,
so
that's
I would
funny.
like a podcast like that where you press play at the same time as them,
Yeah.
and then you're
That's
listening. It's sort of like a commentary, right?
so smart. Yeah. No, I think that's a brilliant idea. I'm sure somebody has played with that, but I would love for it to be an official. Here's what you do every single episode. It's great.
Okay,
Yeah.
Renee,
Yes.
you know what
Yes.
else I'm thirsty for? So
What?
the Obi-Wan Kenobi trailer dropped yesterday. So this is Star Wars.
Okay.
Um, and
Thank you.
so you and it's like I'm gonna help Renee out here.
Yeah, she'll need it.
Uh,
She'll need it. Yeah.
so Ewan McGregor is back as
Yeah.
Obi-Wan. He has not been back fully as Obi-Wan since Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, which I do
Yeah.
believe came out in 2005. And so he's back in his own series. For a long time, he's going to have a movie, but now that we've got Disney Plus, they can just give him a limited series. And it is a limited series, folks. Catch it while you can, because it'll just be on Disney Plus forever. The trailer dropped, and I told myself that I was not going to watch this trailer because I love surprises. I'm not Renee. I love a surprise. I don't want to see any recaps. I don't want to. And you know what? I realized, Brene Brown, when you finally get to,
Oh
this is
god.
not
Yeah.
shade,
Okay. Yes.
when
Yes.
you finally get to Atlas of the Heart, she
Oh, I've
explains.
read the whole thing. It's all in the audiobook.
Wait, I thought you kept saying that you would get around to it. Atlas of the Heart.
I'm
Oh, you
so
finished
well, I
it.
guess we haven't talked about it since this weekend, but yes, I binged Atlas of the Heart this weekend, and which is why I have a very exciting thirsty for after you go. Anyway, yes.
Wow.
Continue with
Well,
your shade when I get around
you
to
think
it. Yes.
you think you know a gal, and I don't know if you all remember on our Monday show. Catch me, remind me. Did Renee
Yes.
mention when we said, "What did you do this weekend?" Did she mention way to bury the lead that she finished Atlas of the Heart, which is huge because for the longest time she kept being like, "I'll get to it, I'll get to it," and ruined my joke. But as you
So
heard,
sorry. Okay, so sorry. Yes.
she talks about surprises and how she does not like surprises and that surprise is an emotion. And similar, like when your parents would surprise you with that Disneyland trip, you were like, no, but now my expectations are subverted and you want to know why you don't like scary movies where things surprise at you. You want to know ahead of time. So,
Mhm. Mhm.
yeah. I, on the other hand, love a surprise. Surprise me, surprise me. I love it. But anyways, the Obi-Wan, Sarah's like, and moving on. But so
No.
the Obi-Wan Kenobi trailer is it just got released. I told myself I wasn't gonna watch it because I love like some of these trailers give too much away. And I'm like, okay, now I've seen the entire movie. And sometimes, like, if I'm watching a movie, I'll be thinking like, oh, I know this other part is coming, and I won't be present. As
Yes.
opposed to, I love when you watch a movie and you're just like, didn't know where this was gonna go. So I told myself I wasn't gonna watch the trailer, and then at 10:30 at night, I was like, well, I'll watch just like 20 seconds of the trailer. Because sometimes I'll only watch like a bit of the trailer, just a little taste. And then I'm like, oh, it's showing too much. There's still a minute left.
Right.
I watched the whole trailer. And
Yeah.
boy, is this
And what's
gonna be
your
a
review?
good series.
Aw.
This is gonna be good. This is gonna be good.
I'm so happy to hear this. Makes me over the moon. Your discipline, your resilience, you're all the things that you would want in a person. I'm very impressed that you can only watch for 20 seconds, but I'm glad that you watched the whole thing. I also align with you in that if I am excited for something, I cannot hear a review of it at all because it will color my opinion of
Mhm.
it so
Yeah.
strongly that yeah, I think friends, they haven't outright said it to me, but I think I really irritated some friends who will be like, "Hey, have you watched?" I'm like, "Stop, stop, 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 stop. I don't want to hear a thing. Do
Yeah.
not tell me a thing."
No.
And they're like, "I just was wondering if you knew it was out." Speaking of, Sarah, forgive me. I definitely put this in the wrong category, but can I do one more thriving that we're both going to be so thirsty for we were not going to be able to breathe?
Okay.
Are you
All
ready?
right.
Okay. Okay. March 31st on HBO
Oh, it's
Max.
coming up. It's coming up.
Brene Brown has a special on Atlas of the Heart.
Wow. I better finish that
I
book
know.
beforehand. I gotta do my homework.
You don't need to. You don't need to. I went to her Netflix taping, and
What? You
the
were
audience.
there. I saw you. I heard you going, and she was like, sometimes we're sad.
Think you're making that up, but there is an audience reaction shot that will plague me to the rest of my days. About once a month, I get a screen grab from someone being like, "Is this you?" Because I am so in love with her, and I knew that the camera was on. So she said a joke that was fun. It was funny. It was funny, but I knew the camera was on me, so I turned. It is a full blown '80s reaction shot. I turn to my friend. I go, "Right." It's like one eye closed, the other eye this way. You see me go, right? It's mortifying. So we love Brene Brown. We hate that reaction will never end. But I didn't go to
Renee.
the HBO show, so I can watch this without cringing.
All right, everybody, we've got homework for the weekend. Not only will you be watching Iron Man 2 for our Marvel Movie Mondays, everyone's got to watch this, and we all need to see it. Renee, I love you so much. You just have this Liz Lemon life that I just am thirsty for. That's what I'm thirsty for.
Just gotta see it.
Renee's own series on Peacock. I would like it.
As we have get on. Oh, yes. Yes.
I just want Stacey is absolutely right. Isn't it time for celebrity birthdays? You're right, Stacey. We gotta move this thing along.
Yeah, Stacey. Stacey's right.
It's like when you're at a concert. Play the song I know. This is what I gave her for. 2 celebrity birthdays. You're right, Stacey.
All right.
Let's move this along, Renee.
Hold
no more
on.
Renee's
Hold
silly
on.
antics.
Just a second.
Happy birthday, celebrities. Happy birthday, celebrities. Happy birthday.
Okay, are you ready? Sarah,
Yes, quiz
you ready?
sovereign.
Here we go. It is March 10th, and it is also Bad Bunny's 28th birthday. Happy birthday to Bad Bunny. Happy birthday to Bad Bunny. I would like to give you your quiz. Are you ready?
Okay. Yes, robot lady. Would you like to play a game?
Would you like to play the game? Okay. Hold on. Let me find it.
Welcome to Mike, Linda, Shaw, and Anita. Just in time, we're going to do celebrity birthday quiz. Renee, our quiz sovereign, our quiz majesty, is going to be quizzing us on these people whose birthdays are, and I'll need y'all's help. We're going to work together to solve the answer. So you just into your Echo device or your Excella or on the YouTube. So you just say the answer and we'll work together like a team.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I am not as familiar with Bad Bunny as I want to be, but based off this photo alone, to put dominoes on your fingers as sort of a indication of just like, well, one domino's fallen and there's 2. And I would use it as here's what's happening. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Well,
to
Bad Bunny does a lot of great gender bending performance type
love
stuff.
it.
So that's why
Love
we
it.
love
Okay.
Bad Bunny.
Can't wait to familiarize myself. Here we go. Here comes the question. Known for his many musical accomplishments, he is most recently was on the Netflix series About Cartels. So he's known for his musical accomplishments, but he was most recently on a Netflix series about cartels. What was that series? On Netflix.
Ooh, yes. I'm gonna go with there's a few of them. I don't think he was on Ozark. There's definitely one in there. What do we think get on uppers? I want to go with Narcos because that's the one that comes to my mind. Like maybe even Narcos Mexico. Is there two Narcoses? Narcai?
Maybe.
I'm gonna go with Narcos. Is that a show?
Okay.
Is that a
And you were
thing?
correct. It was
Oh
Narcos.
snap!
Narcos is there. Yep.
No.
Yep. I love it. I love it. I love it. I can't get myself to stop giggling when you're like, okay, robot lady, and then I couldn't find the thing, the skit that is a disorganized robot. Well, hold on, I had it. Give me a minute. Has anyone seen?
It's like this is your job, robot lady. Like we hire you have one job. That's
I
to do
know.
everything perfectly.
I thrive in other areas. I am not.
Like what, robot lady? What do you thrive in?
Well, I'm compassionate.
I don't need you for that, robot lady. I just need you to do the things correctly.
All
Robot
right,
lady.
fair point. Oh, hey, I found it.
Oh, great. Okay. Well, we don't need any more, robot lady. On to the next
Nobody else
thing.
needs it. Nobody else needs it. Okay.
Welcome to Jeanette and Correct and Jean. Jane's first time on our show. You are watching Get On Up with Jam and Robot Lady, also known as Renee, who's not a real robot.
Disorganized robot. Yeah.
We are doing celebrity birthday quiz. It's Bad Bunny's birthday. We just got quiz on. You're right, Stacey. Renee is not a robot lady.
I don't know. I'd like to be.
Who who else we got?
Yes, I would love to tell you. Sarah, this question killed me. This is so funny. The question is hilarious. Carrie Underwood. It is her 39th birthday. Happy birthday to Carrie Underwood. Yeah, Sarah, this is so good. Her famous song needs this holy man to take the wheel. Who is it?
Okay, Stacey, I know you and I got this one because this is actually one of my catchphrases I say all the time. And thank you,
Yep.
Carrie Underwood, for putting this in the ether.
Yes.
What do we think getting up? Who's the holy man in her song that she needs to take the wheel? Who do we think? I want to go with Jesus, as he is called in España.
Yes.
Jesus, take the wheel. Dang it.
Correct. You nailed it. 39th birthday to Carrie Underwood. Up next is Olivia Wilde. Olivia Wilde is 38.
Have you seen that movie that she wrote and directed? It was getting all those reviews. What was the name of it? Yes. Do you recommend it? Do I need to write this down?
Yeah, that's good.
Renee, I was expecting you to do like cartwheels over it.
Oh, sure. Look at me being such a jerk about Hollywood Insider. I don't think she's very nice.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. But I also hear that she just doesn't get I thought I don't know, sexism in Hollywood. I thought that's what was happening to her. But is it that she's not a nice person?
And to be very fair, the origin stories, the Disney, though, we are furious at right now.
Yeah.
We are very, very furious at you, Disney. Their origin stories of villains, I think, have helped us learn that, what happened to make you be that way? So I'm sure that something happened that, but
to your point, sometimes people don't work in Hollywood. There's so many actors, and that if you're a nice person, you're gonna get a lot of work. Halle Berry, love her to pieces. Do I think she's the best actress in the world? Not at all. But I know what she is. Nice. Because they're we need a nice black woman for this part. Who can we get? We need some diversity. They're like, oh, Halle Berry, she's really nice. And she really is. She's incredibly humble. She's she was the first actor to show up at the Razzie Awards, and she had just won the Oscar for Monsters Ball the year beforehand. She's incredibly humble. She's just really nice and kind. And so I think she is, but it's still having to do with racism and sexism in Hollywood. But to that point, sometimes when there's an actor, you're like, oh, what happened to so-and-so? I don't think they're a nice person. They were not getting work. Plus sexism.
Also that. So who knows? Who's to say? And this is one person's reporting of such a thing. So who knows? Who knows? Point is, happy birthday to you, Olivia Wilde.
Dang, talking smack about her
38.
on her birthday. Renee, we have one rule: no smack talking about people on their birthday.
No
Say that
smack
for
talking.
tomorrow.
Okay, fair. Olivia had a stint on this famous teen drama before she became a star. What was the famous teen drama that she was on?
Can I get either? Can I get some hints? Can I get like do we know the like I don't want to give too much of a hint. Like what was the name of the show?
No, but that's
is there an era? Do we have like an era? Is this the 90s, the 2000s?
Didn't watch it. I think it's late 90s, early 2000s. I think it's WB, and it takes place in a town in California.
WB, California. Ooh, was it One Tree Hill? Was she on One Tree Hill?
That's a good guess. That's a very good guess.
Oh, it was on Fox. Wait, Sarah said it was on Fox.
It was on Fox. It was on Fox. Thank you, Sarah.
Was it the OC? Was it the OC?
You got it.
Oh, see, the WB thing threw me for a loop.
It was 100% my fault that you didn't get this. Yes, I think, and we're all very clear on that.
That hint. I know my network. I know my teen dramas. I know my teen dramas and the networks they were on.
I'm 100% taking full blame for this. My fault.
See, even Stacy said One Tree Hill because of your bad hint.
Sure. Yes. Always. Yes. Absolutely. Anything that goes wrong on this show is my fault.
Bell?
Yes. On me. Absolutely my fault. Yes.
Sorry, Renee, I love you. Renee.
Yes.
I need to make a deposit into your emotional account. I think you're amazing. I think you're the bee's knees. You're doing great. I love you. You're doing great. I'm the one that made you do this quiz, and now I'm yelling at you. I love you. You're doing great. And you have said before, and you took a great swing, and I appreciate it. You named a network. It could have been one of five. You named one. You did a great job. As we know, Renee also, she was listening to musicals at this time, living her best life, not watching trashy teen dramas.
Would have never known. But again, so we're clear. Let the record show 100% my fault. We all agree. Moving on. It's Chuck Norris.
Do you remember the OC is where that scene where Misha Barton shoots the guy? We played it here on Getting Up. What you say? Do.
Absolute heaven. I had never seen that before. I didn't think it was real. I still don't believe it's real. How on earth? Wild. Yeah, I should reference that more because it made me very happy.
Yeah. There we go. Now we're back on track. Welcome to Riley and Peaches. Welcome. We're playing Celebrity Birthday Quiz here on Get On Up.
Up next, it is Chuck Norris's 82nd birthday. Happy birthday to Chuck Norris. I know. Do you want to skip? Do you want to go to the next one?
I mean, is it funny? Are we gonna make fun of him?
We can move on. So after that, we have Jasmine Guy. It's Jasmine Guy's birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Jasmine Guy.
Love her.
59th birthday. Famous for
Whitley on A Different World.
Yep. Great. Next.
Wait, let's look at this amazing picture of Jasmine Guy. So Jasmine Guy came, like, I loved Whitley so much on A Different World. She was just such a great character. I loved her so much. She was so great.
She can, yes, iconic. I would love that spinoff of Whitley now. Please give me Whitley now.
I'm like, she must be like the dean or something, right? Like she must be like the dean, or they should do a reboot of it. They absolutely should. Yes. I think it would give Bill Cosby money because he was like, it was a spinoff from the Cosby Show, A Different World. So I think we'll need to work around.
I bet there's loopholes. I bet we could figure out something.
That's true. Buy him out or something.
Yeah. I would love to see it. And up last is John Hamm's 51st birthday. He played Liz Lemon's love interest on this NBC show.
Get on up first. I've been stealing the reins throughout this entire thing. I would love to allow you to participate. Make space for you. There it is. Aaron, making space for Aaron. 30 Rock. Aaron says 30 Rock. I'm gonna say Third Rock from the Sun, just to make it more interesting.
It's 30
Aaron
Rock
says 30
here.
Rock. I said Third Rock from the Sun. Which one?
Okay. We know that you said 30 Rock too, Jam. You got a 100% on this test. A++ for Jam.
Only because I
Yes,
yelled at the
it is 30
teacher.
Rock. Numerous times. Yes, it is 30 Rock.
Oh, man.
Correct. Correct. And that does it for today's celebrity birthdays.
Just would like to point out what
Yes.
nightmare, Renee, what a nightmare I am to go to trivia night with, because I get into it. Renee, we'll
It's
be a great duo when we go to trivia night together.
really fun. I love, but but it starts off with team morale. I'm just like, we can do this. We'll do this together as a team. And then there is like, no, I just have to say the right answer. I just have to. And then we will have a pocket of just like, you gave me the wrong hint. And then we will have a pocket of placating the rest of the people on the team. And then we will have a pocket of going back into team mentality. I love
Yeah,
it.
it's a
And
full
this is how you
emotional
become a
journey.
champion.
I have a
Yes.
character arc,
Yes,
I'm not,
you do.
perfect. I'm valuable. I will learn my
Yes.
lessons and come out on
Disagree. I
top.
think it couldn't be more perfect. I loved it.
Listen,
Absolutely.
Renee,
Yes.
rule number
Yes,
one,
my
never
love.
be number
My love,
two.
my love.
Okay. So there it is. Rule number one,
Wait,
never be number two. And that's not us getting up. That's not us.
no. We need to figure out how to make that a drop. Just that one lyric. Rule number
Oh,
one, never be
yes.
number two.
Yeah, okay. That's great. I think we can cut that audio thing.
Yeah.
We're going to really lean into being morning radio, where it's just
Thank
like these
That's all I ask.
things. Yeah.
Yeah.
We already have You Are the Love of My Life. We're going to make a list. We'll need What You Say.
Yes. Yes.
We'll need
Yeah.
that.
We need that. We need
Just
rule
to
number one,
come in
never be
at
number two.
random moments.
Yes,
All right.
please.
Next,
Great.
coming up in the show, we did
Uh-oh.
our celebrity birthdays.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's time. Do we
Uh-oh.
have time for
Uh-oh.
this? I don't know. We're
We
behind schedule.
We're not. We have so much time.
All right.
All the time in the world. Let me roll out the red carpet.
Oh, here it is.
Jams,
Mm.
accidental thirst traps. What a
Pew,
gift!
pew,
What a
pew,
gift! What a gift!
pew. All right, everybody. I weeks ago took over the segment from Renee because she was going to be doing a quiz, but then it kept getting cut. We're going to look at some accidental thirst traps, some things that I've found on the internet that are not actual thirst traps, but things that I'm just like, this is delicious. This would have someone salivating, or I'm kind of excited about this. So, our first one is Sarah. There should be a picture of two people standing together for our first accidental thirst trap.
I can't wait.
Look, it's me and Dolores Huerta. We were talking about Dolores Huerta yesterday.
Is a thirst trap.
Legend. She's an activist. She's still alive today. And she's done so much great work for just civil rights, especially for Latinx folks. And that is me with her at the screening of her documentary. So me with Dolores Huerta.
I couldn't love it. Before or after you guys hit the dance floor?
I never went to the dance floor because I was too nervous to go hang out with her, even though she did invite me. She did invite me. Look how my face. Yeah, what were we gonna say? I had met you this weekend, 2 days prior, so you were 1 degree of separation. You were right there.
This is an incredibly big deal. First off, I would be remiss to not say what all of us are thinking. My good God Almighty, you are so handsome. You are such a handsome. Look at that. Am I wrong? Get on uppers. How handsome is my co-host?
I am a little hungover and tired because I was just dancing with Renee the night before, in several conga lines. So there's that. All right. So that's my first thirst trap. Am I doing all? Aaron said James is a dream.
Okay. We're right. You're absolutely right.
How am I doing so far? Am I understanding the assignment of accidental thirst traps? I'm not Renee. I don't know that there'll be any balloon animals or cakes.
You nailed it. You absolutely nailed it. Great job. Great job.
All right. I was just showing you pictures of me. That's what I'm doing.
Great. That's
our next one is a duo. I showed you. I was talking about them yesterday. Not this one, Sarah. Sarah, this isn't really good. There's something accidental about this one. Okay, I'll wait, Sarah. Go to the real one. Please, whatever you want. There we go. That's what I want. So this is Oscar Isaac and Pedro Pascal. Like, I think this is an accidental thirst trap because they're heteronormative friendship. Is that a thing? Or they're just like
I love it.
their straight male friendship is so beautiful. As we recounted yesterday, Oscar Isaac said, who would you want to go to space with? And he said, well, it would have to be my space sister, Pedro Pascal. And like they call each other sisters. Like I love that so much because it's also like my closest friends, we call each other like sis and sister because there's something so much more intimate, I think, about female relationships more so than male friendships. And I feel like I love that they're also leaning into it. They're also just like, what is gender? And they're just so adorable. I think there's another one, Sarah, that I maybe put
This
up
is accurate.
there as
This is
well.
great.
Did I put the other one in there too? Yeah, they're just like love each other so much. And like the one in the bottom right corner, it's them like just sitting, sipping and having tea and looking longingly in each other's eyes and having the time of their life. So I love them.
it.
This is
I love it as well. This is amazing.
it,
Amazing.
right?
Yeah.
So accidentally thirsty. All right, this next one we're gonna go in a different direction. Bear with me here.
Okay.
Our next accidental thirst trap is from the Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
So this is maybe this I swear it's an accidental thirst trap. It's not like ooh sexy turtle. This is Venus de Milo and she's finally returning to the Ninja Turtles franchise. Now you might not remember that there was a lady turtle. It was Venus de Milo. Did sort of this like live action series in the 90s. And everyone, look at Aaron says, I remember the lady turtle. Yes, it's Venus de Milo. So the whole entire thing is that she like they were like, we're introducing a lady turtle into it. And then but part of her thing was like all the guys were just trying to like date her, and then they uncannoned that they were brothers. They were like, no, they're not brothers, and that's why they were all able to try to like be with Venus de Milo or something.
Okay.
Because like the whole entire story is that she was also there in the same lab when they all ate the ooze or whatever it was. I forget. It's been a while. And they were all in the same cage, but she just got separated. And then it was kind of dumb because they were like, she got trained in this Japanese fighting technique by this Chinese man. And so again, in the 90s, no one knew things. Not great.
Tricky.
Anyways, they're bringing her back into the comics. There's a female writer for the Ninja Turtle comic series, and they're bringing in Venus de Milo, which is great because there should be, female representation. So we love to see it. Oh yes, Stacey, very good point. The ooze dropped on them, as we all remember. But I think it's great. And Venus de Milo, she's coming back.
I love it. Very cool.
Okay.
Next.
Yeah, what were we gonna say? No.
When is that happening for us?
Follow-up questions.
Yes.
Well, let me pivot to the internet knows. So we'll go to our next one is hold on to your pants. Now, hopefully at this point you have already seen the latest Spider-Mans because there's been 3 Spider-Men in our lifetime, right? The ones that we care about. So we have Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland, and they did the famous because they all are in the movie together, and they were keeping it a secret. But they did. Oh, Sarah, can we back out a little? Can we go to the back? Are we able or like the way you had it when we first popped on, where we're kind of tiny in the bottom right corner? Is that a thing, or does it start off there?
There you go.
Oh yeah, perfect. Just like that. Well, yeah.
Oh, I'm still here.
Oh yeah, this is great. This is perfect. Sarah, just like this. Yeah. Look at this. They're doing look, it's like there's 3 Renees. So
it is exactly Renee's real happy to be here today.
I am in absolute heaven. Look at Renee. I love her. Well, there's multiple thirst traps happening here. We got Renee being amazing. Accidentally just smiling. And she's like, "You're right." So her fun. So this is based on, if you've ever seen, there's a Spider-Man meme where there's the 2 Spider-Mans pointing at each other. People use it all the time when they're trying to like point like, oh, it's your fault. No, it's your fault. And so these 3 Spider-Men, they got together and they did it. And yes, Stacey, so what we have is there's the 3 Spider-Men. It is Andrew Garfield, it is Tobey Maguire, and Tom Holland. They're all pointing at each other, which is similar to a Spider-Man meme where there's 2 Spider-Men who are pointing at each other. So it's just really cute that they're doing it. So we love to
Adorable.
see it. It's just our 3 generations of Spider-Mans together in
This is
Spider-Man
a
suits pointing.
perfect. It's so cute. They're all so
Isn't it
sweet.
normal?
We
Isn't it
love them.
normal? Isn't it
We
normal?
love them.
All right, I think we have time for one more of
Yes, we do.
mine, and it's kind of a double. It's kind of it's a few. So one, the Proud Family is back. They're doing a reboot. It's on Disney Plus, and so there's a few things. So we have all the Proud Family characters who are coming back on it. Can we go to the other view again, Sarah? That you have us tiny on the side. Perfect. Um, what's so great is look, it's like Renee's still here. Renee, you don't have to bring your camera on. You can just laugh and giggle.
Exactly. It's easy. I can fix this.
Oh man, so good. All right. But as you can see here, this is the new character of the Proud Family. What's so great is that they also have like LGBT characters. There's just like a lot of great diversity, and it's a show that's coming back. The show's all coming back, so people are thirsty about it. So that's coming up on Disney Plus. And Kiki Palmer, who we love, who does not know who Dick Cheney is, as she has said before. She's like, I don't know this
Right.
man. I'm sorry to this man.
Yeah.
He'd be walking down the street. I wouldn't know who he is. Sorry to this man. And this is her new character coming out, so we're very excited
Oh,
about Kiki
cool.
Palmer.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, it's gonna be so great. These are excellent.
Yes, Renee's plural because
Yes,
there's 2,
Renee's.
which is a
Multiple
dream
Renees.
line.
Too many
And
Renees.
then I put some pictures because I didn't know I've been building my accidental thirst traps
You sure
for
have.
weeks.
Yeah, this is incredible.
And I also just put up pictures of a bunch of homes that I like. Do we have time for
Yes.
those, Sarah?
Yes. Nailed it.
Do we have time
Yes,
for my
please.
homes?
Yes.
Are they in there? There's a home I
Uh,
like. This is on my vision board. Go to the next one. We can just keep scrolling through, Sarah. We'll just go
Yummy,
beep,
yummy,
bop, boop.
yum.
Thank
Look at
you.
this.
All
What city
right.
is that in? Is that New York?
I think it's New Jersey. You have to live in New Jersey.
Oh,
And
right.
across
You
the
can look
way is New
across the
York.
street. Yeah.
How
That's
many more
so
of these, Sarah, I have? We can just roll through them. We can just do like a photo montage if we
this
can.
is
Oh,
no,
1 second.
now I'm in. Now I'm in. This is a thirst
Oh, look
accidental
at that.
thirst.
Stacy said I nailed it. This is my first time doing accidental thirst traps, and Stacy said I did a great job. Yeah, Stacy, the windows are huge. It's got this beautiful view of New York. There's like a couch, a L-shaped couch. Oh, and look, Stacy's gonna go look at the Proud Family now. Yeah, Stacy, it was a good fun show. I'm glad it's back. All right. Well, if we are able to do I have a bunch of home photos that we put in there. If we're able to
Okay.
scroll through them, awesome. If not,
I'll
we
go
can
to
go
the
on to the
doc.
next.
I'll look at it
Go to
myself.
the next one.
Fair. That's fair. Yeah, I can just look on my own. That's good.
All
These
right,
are wonderful.
cool. All right,
Love
awesome. Oh wait, Sarah says they're coming. The
it.
photos
Okay.
are
All right. Here we
well,
go. One sec.
can't wait to
Just
see
a
them.
minute. This is
In the
absolutely.
mean,
It's so interesting to look at people's dream homes because, gosh, we all have such different things that we want. Like this is absolutely stunning, and I can absolutely see you here. But to look at like my thirst trap homes, it's just backyards for days. Kind of funny.
because you
Yeah,
got a
interesting.
dog. You got a
Yeah, that's
dog.
true. That's why. That's the whole
Um,
reason to get a house.
If you are just joining us, welcome to Get On Up here on Backchannel. I am James Arthur M. This is Renee Colvert, and
Hello.
we are into the second half of our show. So you can, if you have not done so, please go on over to www.backchannel.tv, leave a review, tell them how much you love what you see.
Please, please,
Like
please.
these homes. So yes, there's a home there. We can just,
And
I
while
think I
we're
put
looking
like
at
a
these, get on
million
Uppers,
on
let us know
here.
what is your dream home? What elements of a dream home for you? Or you're just like, well, it has to have this. Does it have to have a beautiful view? Does it have to have a water slide? Does it have to have a backyard? What is your dream home elements that you're like, yep, no, I need that. Look at
Yep.
this jam.
Just
My
making
goodness
it so.
gracious.
This is so a lot of what is here on my dream home. We can kind of just keep scrolling through here. And is that it's views of the city. This is back when I was living in New York. So I was like, okay, this is where I'm gonna be. And like huge, like what's that? Like 4-story
Yeah.
windows. Just really
Wow.
big open spaces. So that's the dream. And I don't know. I think maybe I need to get back into vision boarding. I feel like in some ways I might start crying. I feel like I lost the dream a little bit. I used to be just going full-time artist, and I had,
Yeah.
vision boards, and I was doing visualization exercises. And now on top of doing, I mean, this show is part of the dream, absolutely.
Sure.
I'm so grateful that we have this. But is there any more photos there? We can, sorry. We can keep showing
Yeah.
the photos. That's cute. That's great. If not, I get it. The computer tired.
It's tricky.
But yeah, it was really nice kind of going through these photos with y'all. Maybe I should get back into it. I have a full-time job, so I feel like the dream kind of, I don't know, died.
Yeah.
In some ways, it's kind of limiting. I feel like when I'm
Right.
pursuing my dreams as like an actor and an artist, like the dreams are endless. But there's something about, even though, listen, I'm making great money in the tech industry, but it seems like there's a cap. Like I'm not gonna get that house in my
Right.
current job. But again, like I have a great life. Everything is fine. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
but
feel like
it's
I hit up on the
one
dream a little bit.
yes, you absolutely, absolutely 100% are a bona fide star. And I think we've heard time and time and time and time and time again of someone who's just like, "I don't know, I walked away," and then they got it. So, there's what's comforting and also really disheartening is we have control over nothing. Life is chaos, and all we can do is be kind and work hard. But I think you're killing it, and I'm really, really, really proud of you, and I don't think you're gonna hit a cap. I think all your dreams are gonna come true. But I definitely understand that. On the other side of it, somebody who's going through it is your whole identity. For me, it took me 10 solid years to, like, re-identify. Isn't that wild? And now I'm finally
Yeah.
like, I am a producer, and I feel good about that, and that feels
Which is
great. Yeah.
Which is why, like, you struggle with watching, like, musicals because this was your avenue and your
Yep,
lane. So,
yep.
and here I am being like, "Did you see West Side Story yet, Renee? Did you see it? Did you see it?" You're like, "Calm down. There's still a little
Hold
pain
on.
here, buddy.
It
Let's
just
rewind the clock a little."
requires me to so, like, when I went to go see Tick, Tick, Boom, I drove out to a city that isn't Los Angeles, and I went to a 2 PM showing so I could make sure I was the only one in the theater so I could properly lose it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just I don't know, but I empathize. 1, I don't think that's a cap for you. 2, I get it, and I think it's really hard. I think it's really hard.
Well, getting up since we're getting vulnerable here on Thursday. Andy, welcome to the stream here on Get On Up. We and Sarah says you're both doing great. We appreciate you, Sarah. Thank you, thank you.
Thank
James, you're me. Okay, all right, thank you. But Get On Up, I'm curious, are there any dreams that have fallen by the wayside that you've had that you were like, I'm gonna be a rocket ship driver? And I guess when I hear anybody else saying, like Renee, when I hear you, I feel like there's still like you could still do it, like there always is gonna be. I sometimes when I've ever done shows with like older people, and I mean like when you're 80,
Yeah,
right? And you decide that you're like, let me go on this Broadway thing. They need someone to play that like older person, right? I kind of always like they need someone to play the grandpa on Disney Channel. So for
right.
myself, like I kind of keep that in mind that there is really no
Absolutely.
retirement from entertainment and artistry, but
No, of course not. Yes, I absolutely 1, that's very kind of you. 2, yes, 100% yes to you. I think if you want it, you can have it. We're
mhm.
just in a season of, "Oh, I'm gonna take a little pause to work," but I think for you, if you want it, you can have it. Something that's comforting for me is, of course, kind people have made it in the industry. Of course they have. But more often than not, I see over and over and over again the absolute narcissists who will trample over anyone to get to the top, and I just don't have that. That's not me. That's not who I am. So, for me, I don't have the constitution to fight that hard for it. But that
But
counteracts because there's plenty of nice people who've made it. But that's something I
yeah,
took.
as you say, it just takes longer sometimes. It takes longer. And it's
Yeah,
literally like sometimes with your dreams, especially if you're an entertainment in the entertainment industry or an artist or an actor or a musician, it's like
mhm,
a lotto ticket. You just got to keep putting in those tickets. You just got to keep putting them
yep.
in. Even Kerry Washington has said, sitting across the street, not sitting across the street from Aziz, sitting across an interview. Could you imagine just sitting across the street? Aziz, we're incredible. You know how lucky we are? Not many actors get to make a full-time living doing what we're doing. But wow, we did it. That would be the worst.
The worst. Yeah, yeah.
Shut up, Gary Washington. Someone's coming out of an audition crying. I didn't get it. And she's like, oh, Aziz, we're so lucky. We are so lucky. That's not what happened. That's not what happened at all.
I
She was
love
saying in an interview on Actors on Actors. So,
it. Right.
never give up. And it's just weird because it's like, there's so many, I don't know, I go back and forth. Everybody who's achieved their dream, they always say, never give up on their dreams. But they made it.
Yeah.
There's plenty of people who
Yeah. Yes.
but is it because they gave up? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's this thing. You just don't really hear about those stories. Those people are
Right.
not winning awards. They're just
Right. Here's where I'm going to get very, very like metaphysical and groovy.
yeah.
But I
Give it to it.
do think what you think about, you bring about. And I think something that is important to sort of do a deep dive on is so on the front, you're just like, I can do this. But there's somewhere in your mind it's like, I'm not good enough. So I think you have to work on that. I'm not good enough for it to come forward. I think
Okay,
everybody I know
therapist.
who was really talented who didn't make it, I was like, because you don't think you're good enough. But if you believe you're good enough,
Dang.
Yeah.
Well, I have to go work on that. Renee, take it away. I'll be right back as I go work on I Am Enough.
all right. Sweet. Get on uppers. God bless you. I do think I cleaned out the room. I'm so sorry. We're only going to have fun going forward. We're going to talk about what's going on in the news. Specifically, our theme for the news today is what is thriving? What is thriving in the news? And this is a stretch. This is a reach. So, Sarah, again, forgive me. I did not create a photo. I just put the link of the article in the doc. So if it makes sense to click on the link and show this, great. A while ago, I don't know if it was this week or a few weeks ago, Jam and I were talking about how we used to be obsessed with LimeWire. And LimeWire was this thing that was like sort of relevant in the early 2000s. Get on uppers, let me know if you remember LimeWire, where you could just have access to all the music all the time. It was like the pre-Spotify. But then it went away because Spotify came back and the like Apple Shuffle came in and it was a whole thing. So now LimeWire is back. They have resurfaced. And I don't know if they are thriving in general, but they are definitely thriving for them. So Jam, LimeWire's back.
I
and
heard.
I don't know how I feel about this. So they are going to be a new platform that only features NFT music. So it is a platform wherein the non-fundable tokens.
Oh, NFT music? Oh God,
Yeah.
I don't like where this is going at all.
So I mean, but I guess that a little bit LimeWire, if you want to throw your hat back in the ring, that is what they have done. They're like, it's a familiar name, you know it. This is where you used to get sneaky music. So this is where you can get sneaky music again. But now you have to pay for it in the form of an NFT. It only lives over here and you can't download it anywhere else. So we'll see.
This
how
sounds like some Tesla. What's that guy's name? The Tesla guy. This sounds just like malarkey, to quote Uncle Joe Biden. This sounds like a bunch of malarkey.
I know.
Man, I think LimeWire's thriving because they're coming back. I don't know. I'm not interested.
I think it's LimeWire is thriving for LimeWire. It might be a place for people making NFT music to thrive. Yes, I don't like the sound of that.
Stacey, I don't like that. Stacey, you think we're all on the same page here? I don't like the sound of that.
Exactly.
Same.
I will see though. I don't know, Sarah, if you can get the logo up, but
Elon Musk. Yes, that's the name, Stacey. Thank you. It's Elon Musk. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy. I do like LimeWire's logo. I still like it. Sounds like they're gonna.
Is it still lime? If there's one thing I know about Renee, she loves a lime. She loves
a lime. Get your produce in your logo, please. That's all I ask. But I guess it's hard to bring up the photo, so we will move it on along. Jam, I have more where that came from, but do you want to flip that?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Well, y'all, you know who's thriving? Thriving? Florida Republicans, because the Don't Say Gay bill has passed the state Senate and heads to the governor's desk. So that is going right on over there. And just to highlight, so again, I know it's not Giving Tuesday, but Renee has mentioned this organization before, the Trevor Project. Today is a great day to head on over to the Trevor Project, give them some money as they're working to fight, essentially like teen suicide, especially with the LGBTQ youth. The Trevor Project has data that shows that 40, and again, if you don't know what the Don't Say Gay bill is, essentially for third grade and younger, there is not allowed to be any mention of LGBTQ plus anything. So not even like history, not even, if you've got gay parents, don't talk about them in this classroom. They can't even really exist. And some kids know at a very young age what their sexuality is, or even if they are trans, they just know at a very early age. I know for myself, like I was like 5 or 6 pretty much, if I really think about it. And so what does this do is it really pushes these youth further into the closet. It stigmatizes that there's something wrong, like, oh, you can't say this thing. It really there's erasure. The Trevor Project data shows that 42% of LGBTQ youth seriously consider taking their own lives over the past year, and that those who have access to affirming spaces are less likely to attempt suicide. Additionally, the organization found that LGBTQ youth who were taught about LGBTQ issues or people in school were 23% less likely to attempt suicide in the past year. So this is really harmful to children. And I feel like sometimes, political people, they're always like, what about the children? What about the children? Yeah, what about the children? You are harming children at this point. So what can we do? We can support these youth. If you're in Florida, please continue making those calls and keep talking about this. Like we are going to be thriving because we're not going to stand for this. And so that's the turn of it. I do have a photo of Wilson Cruz, who love Wilson Cruz. He did an Instagram post, and he essentially went outside again, like Florida is where the Pulse massacre happened, one of the largest massacres to happen in the United States, at a gay nightclub. And he said, in this video, he says, he found himself at Pulse a few minutes after the Florida legislator had passed the violent Don't Say Gay bill. And he said, had this education can help save lives, right? Like if we had this education about, LGBTQ community and our history, maybe this could have prevented that from happening. And so I just really applaud folks like Wilson Cruz and all of you out there who I know are fighting the good fight. And so we're going to be thriving because we're not going to stand for this. We're not going to let this erasure happen. Yeah.
Added to which, forgive me, this may be completely wrong, and I'm going to feel quite foolish if it is. It wasn't the Pulse shooter gay? The guy that shot everyone?
He had a wife. And I think actually though, I don't know. There's a lot of miscommunicate. There was one story that he actually went to the wrong club. I don't know, but my understanding is that he actually has a wife. I don't know if he was secretly like closeted, but anyways, I think more education would help. For sure.
Yeah, absolutely. No, there's no way to describe it other than this is absolutely devastating. We rally, so we will. But God, if I had $1 billion, I wowould go and create a foundation in Florida. I'm just like, okay, so go to school and then come here. You just want to like, because it's only in schools that you can't say it, right?
Yeah, only in the schools.
According to this bill. Okay.
Yeah. So
let's just surround the schools with plenty of outside stuff, but it's still, the messaging is there, and it's just it's awful. It's awful. Okay.
Switch gears, Renee. Switching
gears.
Good luck. Get us out of here.
It's not great, but I think this is an example of something horrific happened, and here's what you do in the fallout. So Travis Scott, you remember the tragedy that happened at Astroworld. Travis Scott is launching a safety initiative called Project HEAL, HEAL, in response to the Astro tragedy. So you can take yourself on over to Project HEAL, and it is a new philanthropic initiative that aims to make all events the safest place they can possibly be. So again, we hate it. We wish that the tragedy hadn't happened at all, but I do think sometimes, and we're too close to it and everybody's too hurt by it to like really sit with it just yet. But I do think horrific things birth amazing things of how to fix this. So there's not a ton more to the story other than it's called Project Teal. It launched in conjunction with Scott's Cactus Jack Foundation. Project Teal is described as a multi-tier initiative dedicated to addressing the challenges that we face with today's youth, also in the marginalized and at-risk communities. So he's coming at it from all angles, trying to fix this, and throwing a lot of money into it, which I think we can look at people like Alec Baldwin and see it doesn't always have to be the response. Sometimes you can be awful. So I like that we're going to continue to try to fix this, because that was 4 months ago, right? Like,
Yeah.
in
Right.
the way that the news moves, we could have all just forgotten about this, but he's
And
staying
he
on.
could have just moved on with it
Right.
as well, you know.
Right.
So good point. And really
Yeah.
good point too about Alec Baldwin. Never Renee.
Didn't do anything. Isn't
Yeah.
giving money to create more safety, isn't doing anything. So other than trying to get himself to not go to jail. So I think when we see celebrities, we're like, well, yeah, but they have to. They don't have to,
No.
and some don't.
Yeah.
And again, Sarah, I have the coinciding photos that go with this if it makes sense to post them as I tell stories. All right, Jim, you got yours?
I actually am going to put a pause on mine because I want to make sure that we get to the women's history moment. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, if you
No, I feel like we can end on that. You want to hop into women's history?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let's do
Although
it.
I think Sarah's gonna be right back, but we'll put the photos up a little bit later. But I wanted to do a little segment about the unsung heroes of the suffragette movement. So some folks that maybe you haven't heard about, we wanted to make sure that we give some time for them. So I mean, everyone's heard about Susan B. Anthony, but we're gonna be a little bit honest. She well, I mean, not everybody's who they say they are, right? Little things. But there's some women who, and also I want to point out that Stacey also agreed that the don't say gay bill. Stacey said the law is full of
Stacey. Absolutely. And Stacey's right. They're right. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So the first one that I wanted to acknowledge for us is Harriet Fortin Purvis. So Harriet Fortin Purvis. I think I have 3 of these ladies. We'll see how many I can get through, and if we can't, we'll save it for tomorrow. But Harriet Fortin Purvis was born in 1810 in Philadelphia. She was the daughter of abolitionists Charlotte and James Fortin. So this was like in her blood. She came out and they were like, you know what to do. And she's like, yeah, abolish slavery and like fight for the rights. So Harriet Fortin Purvis, she was a very powerful voice for equal rights. She did marry Robert Purvis in 1932. And I'm sure you're like, well, it's Ladies History Month. Why are we talking about this man? Well, you'll find out because he does serve a purpose later on in history that we'll get to. So they were living up in Philadelphia, living there, best life, but mainly in Philadelphia. The thing that was going on in Philadelphia is that women were not allowed to join the American Anti-Slavery Society. And so she was like, well, that's bumped. Like, isn't that wild? Like, even like, we're fighting this thing. And they're like, no, ladies.
Right. No, you can't be here.
That's not for you. You're your delicate constitution. You'll just be fainting at every talk about we have to abolish slavery. 2 weak ladies can't handle it.
Yeah.
So Harriet Fortin Purvis, she and perfect. Yes. So we're talking about Harriet Fortin Purvis, I think is the name. And so she was like, fine, y'all not gonna let me join the American Anti-Slavery Society. So she and her fellow abolitionist, Lucretta Mott, who we'll also have to do a deep dive on her because she sounds amazing. They started the Philadelphia Female Anti-Slavery Society. So they're like, fine, we have one for the ladies who are doing it as well. So this one's for the ladies. So Harriet also was like, okay, she was like looking at all the products that she was eating and like, consuming and taking in. She's like, what? Slaves have made this. I can't be trying to abolish slavery and then be, wearing this cotton and as slaves pick this. So she started a boycott of all slave labor products. She also was working to denounce segregation on trains because they love segregation on public transportation. And just what can we segregate?
they love it.
Love it.
Yeah.
Not it. So Harriet and her sister Margareta, they became the lead organizers for the 5th annual National Women's Rights Convention. And then after the Civil War in 1866, many abolitionists, including Harriet, Sarah Redmond, Sojourner Truth, I mean, what a dinner table,
Yeah.
they joined the American Equal Rights Association. And so there, there's this big conflict because, there was this movement on whether to include women into the 15th Amendment. And so if you all don't remember your civics class, the 15th Amendment essentially is where the rights of citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of race, color, or previous condition of servitude. And they were like, okay, yeah, let's add, sex in there, right? Let's put that in there. And people were like, oh, I don't know, women, they can't handle all them rights. And so Harriet and Susan B. Anthony, they joined the National Women's Suffrage Association to support an amendment for women's suffrage. So they were like, okay, girl, let's do it. And they're like, yes. But highlighting, eventually, Susan B. Anthony would turn her back on, Black women or women of color, and even Frederick Douglass, who they were really great friends. But eventually, Susan B. Anthony was like, white women need to make sure that they have the right to vote. So she turned her back on them. She was not really the ally. She was not being an ally to them. So she was like, us ladies first. So Susan B. Anthony, we are going to have to side-eye you. She's a little bit of side-eye for her. I'm sorry, Renee. I didn't mean to rain on your Susan B. Anthony parade.
No, you didn't. I wasn't a fan to begin with. But now I'm definitely not. That's awful. I'm so sorry to hear that.
So they had a falling out. So it kind of sucks. Like Susan B. Anthony was the one that told Ida B. Wells, she's like, you can march in this women's suffrage march in the back. And so again, she was like, we have to get our rights first. That was her whole entire thing. And they're like, no, girl, let's do it all together. She's like, no, I'm gonna talk to your manager. And manager says to sit in the back. Susan B. Anthony, ladies and gentlemen. So Robert Purvis, her husband, he founded the Philadelphia Vigilance Committee in 1837. And after he and Harriet used their Philadelphia home to harbor escaped slaves, he became known as the father of the Underground Railroad. And so that was really exciting. And but later, because of violent backlash, they were like, well, we got to get out of here. And they went to a rural community away. And then but they were very prominent members of the Underground Railroad. And she died in 1871. Yep.
Incredible.
And then we've got a hot question coming in from our friend Freddie from Texas. James, what are those little bottles on your top left cubbyhole? These are over here. They have a little quick commercial break. I was like, oh, that's a lot of intense history.
Sure,
that
so
is
a quick pause.
That is this thing that I'm pointing at here. There's a shape thing. This is an essential oils machine thing.
Okay.
That's a candle. I mean, there's a candle there. That's a gay flag.
Yeah.
That's a gay football. It's painted funny. And I think that's, and that's a plant. So I hope I answered your question, Freddie.
A little tour. And now back to our program.
Got to answer the hot questions that are coming in.
Of course.
Our next one, I think we might get 2 in for today because it's gonna be a lot. Our next one is Maria Guadalupe Evangelina de Lopez de Lauther. Full name.
Great. That's a good name.
Yeah. Well, she was born in 1881 in Los Angeles, where Renee is.
Yes. That's all right. We love it. That is
so she is an educator. She was an educator. She was a translator, a club woman. Lopez helped to win the vote for California women with her oratory and the writings that she was translating into Spanish. In addition to her suffrage work, she also fought for decades to preserve Spanish and Mexican American cultural heritage. So this is the story about Maria Guadalupe Evangelina de Lopez de Lauther.
Amazing.
Will
Yeah.
Smith here.
Yes.
So she had tons of she had tons of siblings. She had so many. So she graduated Pasadena High in 1897. She taught English as a second language, so that was what she was doing. But in 1902, she became the youngest teacher hired by UCLA. At the time, UCLA was known as the Los Angeles State Normal School. So glad that they rebranded. Not a great name. Where do you
Yeah.
go? The normal
Normal
school.
school. Yikes.
All right.
What a mess.
Yeah. So she is a UC alumni, much like myself. I went to UC Santa
Excuse
Cruz, she went to
me. Excuse
UCLA.
me.
We went to school together. She was
Mhm.
also the first Latina as well to get hired by UCLA. So what happened was in the 1910s, her and her sister Ernestina ran their own Spanish language school out of their home, a little bit of side business. They were like, okay, we got to get this education going. Let's do it. And then in the 1910s, she was an active campaigner for the Los Angeles Region's Votes for Women Club. So they were like, okay, we got to get this vote going. They're like, all right, let's do it. So she was a Spanish language translator for California's statewide suffrage movement. And then in 1911, she was organizing rallies and she traveled the state. She was speaking in both Spanish and English about women's voting rights. So this was really huge. You have a huge Spanish, speaking population. And so she is leading the charge to really help make sure everybody understands what's going on. Also in 1911, big year, at Votes for Women Club rally in Los Angeles Plaza, she took to the stage and spoke. She gave this huge speech, and essentially it was like one of the first ones reportedly done in Spanish. So trailblazing there. She's also credited as, like I said, being one of the first people to give a women's suffrage speech in Spanish. And then on October 10th, 1911, the suffrage proposition passed, and California became the 6th state in the nation to approve suffrage for women 9 years before the passage of the 19th Amendment. So again, one of the ways that amendments can get passed is it needs 38, or it needs, well, I don't know how many states there were back then, but currently, like now, it needs 38 out of 50 states. It's like 2/3 of states to approve. So when, state by state, this state's approving it, that state's approving it. So she is among one of the women considered integral into it passing in California. So hats off to her, white hat off to her, because she really helped get that going. Again, she translated like flyers, like the suffragette flyers, the pamphlets, like all of that from English to Spanish. Okay. Her story does not end with just women's suffrage, because World War I comes scooting in. And if you know anything about Maria of Guadalupe Evangelina de Lopez de Lauther, she's not one just to be sitting on the sidelines being like, well, what now? She was like, World War I's happening? Great. I need to do something. So she moved to New York City to learn how to be an ambulance driver. Then when she was like, check, I know how to drive these ambulances. Get me over there to World War I. And so she's over there, and she was traveling. She was in France, and she worked as an ambulance driver, just driving around, helping to save people. And she was stationed at this one place in France, and they were bombarded by enemy fire. And her and the 4 other folks she was working with worked all night carrying wounded soldiers to safety. And then the French government later recognized her for her bravery, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
Thank.
Imagine.
Like, good job.
You should be the only one.
You were brave.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
She also helped to she found the Women's City Club of Los Angeles, and she belonged to the Women's College Club and the Women's Business Club. There was a club and women were involved. She was in it. She founded it. She helped it out. She also was on the executive board of High School Teachers Association of Los Angeles. And then from 1937 to 1938, she served as president of UCLA Faculty Women's Club. She worked really hard to educate the public about California culture and to promote Spanish language instruction, which was just a popular cause at the time. And so our hat goes off to you, Maria Guadalupe Evangelina de Lopez de Lauther. Today we celebrate you. Now, get on uppers. And Renee, had you heard of either of these two suffragettes?
No. Oh my gosh. I've heard of Susan B. Anthony. Man, that's so
And
wild.
that's it. That's all you get. And it's
Ugh.
like there's so many other women who,
Yeah.
again, coming at it from different angles because there are
Yeah.
different and like for like Spanish speaking or Latinas have a different journey than Black women. There's one that we'll talk about later on. We might save her for AAPI month, but there was a Japanese woman, not Japanese American woman, because she was fighting for suffrage in Japan. But hearing what her story was as well, her name was Kamoko. If you want to get ahead, for May, Kamoko Kimura. Yeah, she was doing that.
Wow.
But
This is honestly, like, I know we got more program, but there was one more, right? I just want to make sure we grab that last one.
we'll do it. We'll have time. We'll
Okay.
do it. We've got more months in March, but there is another one that we'll do. Her name is Felice Cohn. We can do her another time. We got time.
Perfect. I will take it. That was incredible. That was amazing. Just the women's suffrage in general is, well, yeah, I was going to say it's amazing, but there's plenty of people in there who aren't. But I love this. This is great. I learned a lot. Thank you. You are the very best. I don't want to do this pivot. I don't want to because that was important and this is very stupid. Do you want to take another commercial break? You want to talk about more stuff on your shelf to sort of cleanse the palate of what's
Renee,
coming up
just
next?
jump right in. We're gonna do a hard left. This is get on up. This part of getting on up is you take those sharp turns. This is life. We're getting you ready for the day. That someday you're gonna be like, sometimes during the day it's gonna be, ooh, that was really sad, and then it's like, oh, look at this is really funny. It's important to have all aspects of life.
Of what would it be? So it is called This or That, the game that we are about to play, wherein I will give you a question traditionally called Would You Rather, but we are calling it This or That to go along with the alliteration that is a Thursday. So get on uppers. We'll need you to chime in. What would you choose? I'm going to say, would you rather? We all know it's would you rather. We're calling it this or that, but the game is would you rather. First question. Here we go.
Look at Renee, like throwing in the towel. Like, okay.
That's it. It's would you rather.
Renee?
It's
all right.
would you rather.
Note for production meeting tomorrow.
Right.
It is this or that.
It is
Renee,
this or that.
Your line is even there in the bottom left third of the corner of the screen.
Right. It's this or that. I gotcha. I'm going to call it would you rather. Would you rather have the ability to see 10 minutes into the future or 150 years into the future?
So which one's the this or the that? I'm confused.
Oh boy. Okay. Yes, absolutely, sir. Right away. 100%. This is see 10 minutes into the future. That is see 150 years into the future. Do you want this
now
10
I
minutes into the
understand.
future? That 150 years into the future.
Oh, I don't need to see that far into the future. This, hands down. I don't care. I'm not gonna be
quick
here.
10 minutes. Just a quick 10 minutes. Okay.
Then I can be like, ooh, gonna go left. Or ooh, gonna go right. Yeah, I just want that. Yeah, this. What, 10 minutes into the future? Yeah, give me that.
I can see 150 years for parents that would matter, and or if you were the type of person who's just like, I told you climate change was real, maybe.
But no one's still gonna listen to you. They're like, okay, crazy lady, better throw her in the brig.
Is it's when you're right, you're right. When you're right, you're right. Okay. Up next, this is I need you to stop because it is genuinely hitting in a way that I am reacting to, and I don't know why.
But I love it when you're hitting this. I'm like, yeah, I know what the game is. This is me encouraging you. I love it.
I don't feel encouraged.
Okay. All right.
This is telekinesis, the ability to move things with your mind. That is telepathy, the ability to read minds. So this, you can move things with your mind. That is, you can read minds. This or that?
Stacey's going with that, it looks like. To be able to read the minds. I'm gonna go with this because I don't want to know what's going on in anybody's mind. It's too much. I want to be able to move things. I want to be able to move things. I think about that all the time. I'd be like, oh, I don't want to get up and turn that light switch. If only I could just go, and then I would be off. Right. I'd be so lazy. Ugh. I'd just be sitting there, remote.
Well, no, but what a gift that would be. What a gift that would be. I would use it on my dog constantly. You have to move. You have to move. I would choose reading people's minds.
Do you want
I know,
that?
I know, you do.
There was an episode of Buffy where she could read people's minds, and it started off cute and fun, and then yep,
It
me
got
and
real
Stacey on
bad.
the same point want to move stuff. I think it's best not to know what's going on in people's mind, and you wouldn't be able to like. It's
Yeah.
also a little intrusive as well. You know, it's a little
Sure. Okay.
yeah.
Up next, this team up with Wonder Woman, that team up with Captain Marvel. This team up with Wonder Woman, that team up with Captain Marvel.
Or team up with Captain Tugboat,
Oh,
who's
yeah,
like,
too.
"What
Yeah,
about
he's
me?"
he's like, "Can we leave, please, soon?"
Soon, my little baby. Well, I'm gonna go Marvel all day. I know that Wonder Woman is the more popular one,
Gotcha.
but I
Yeah,
also think like who would win in a fight? I think Captain Marvel might womp on Wonder
okay.
Woman a bit. I also love Brie Larson, so I'm imagining I'm like gonna hang out with Gal or Brie. They're both
Sure,
great. They're both
sure.
amazing. Love them both.
Fair.
But
That's fair.
yeah, I'm gonna go with Captain Marvel. I'm gonna go with
Okay.
that.
Okay. We'll take it. We'll take it. Also, Captain Marvel doesn't start singing Imagine at you from her mansion when the rest of us are stuck in our one-bedroom apartments, which is nice.
Who are you choosing?
If I know this is wild because I want to align with you on Marvel.
Yeah.
If the actress who played Wonder Woman hadn't sang Imagine at me, then I would say Wonder Woman. I know it's
Sure. No,
crazy.
that's fair.
I know
That's fair.
that she sang
I
Imagine
think
at me, and so now
too,
Captain Marvel.
because Captain Marvel wasn't funny enough for you. But I
Right.
think she's gonna get funny in Endgame. She'll get funny for you.
Okay.
She'll give a little
I'll
look
take
and
it.
something.
I
She's gonna
just a
get
little,
funny for you.
she got real
I
funny.
also
Also,
mm-hmm.
yes,
I'm waiting. Nope.
waiting.
You were gonna say something. I'm
I'm
gonna drink
waiting.
coffee.
I'm waiting. Brie Larson is very, very funny. So I know she's got the chops.
I think also I don't like modern day Wonder Woman's costume is a little too there's another one where she's like wearing pants. I love it. Why is she wearing that skirt? Like running around like panties.
Fair.
I don't know.
That's
I don't
fair.
like it.
Yeah, nope. It's a very valid reason to make a choice. And I think you are correct. You are correct. Up next, here we go. This forced to sing along or that dance to every single song you hear. This forced to sing along, that dance to every single song you hear.
So either one you're forced to do something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, forced to sing along? But I only do it once?
Yeah. So I think every single song that comes on, you have to participate. The participation is singing along, that is dancing. So anytime there's music, you are engaged. But do you want to this sing along?
I know this is gonna sound wild. Oh, going back to Stacey chose Captain Marvel as well, because that's what her mom would want.
Right. You're right. That's right. You chose properly.
And Renee, if I'm correct though, chose Wonder Woman up until 2020. Up until the pandemic hits. She's like, imagine. And Renee's like, nope. Brie, what are you up to?
Nope.
Carol Danvers, are you available? Stacey went for the singing along.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go with that as well. As much as I love to dance, it requires so much energy. And it's so much more exhausting. And singing can get exhausting too, but I can like sit down. Old man James, loves I can do it in the shower. I mean, just having to like constantly I gotta put the music.
Right. And then now I gotta get up and dance. Makes sense.
No. What about you, Renee? You're a dancer. So I'm gonna
chosen a proper exact same. I think it is easier to like if you're at a grocery store or you're out and about, it's easier to like sing under your breath than it is to get into full
She's
dance.
a cold-hearted snake. Look into his eyes. Oh, follow-up question, Renee.
Yes.
How many times have you done dance routines to Paula Abdul's Cold Hearted Snake? Is there tape?
Just so many times on my own on the playground. There's no tape, I don't think. How about for you? How about for you?
Oh man.
Do we have
No,
tape for
I
you?
haven't.
Okay.
No. But it
Okay.
just seems like, I mean, you were a Paula girl. You were like,
I
I am
loved
Paula
Paula.
Abdul.
I
Of
loved Paula.
course.
Whitney, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry,
No.
Whitney. I'm sorry. I did love Paula. I thought she was a good tap dancer. I loved you too. I got shushed on a plane singing to Whitney. Flight
No
attendant came up.
way.
Yeah.
Wait,
I got shushed.
what? Recently or
Yeah.
as a kid?
Yeah. I wish it was recently. No, as a kid, because they used to have like your like in-flight entertainment was you would plug in the headphones that they provided you into the various radio stations that were on. And I Want to Dance with Somebody came on, and little 8-year-old Renee was belting. And my parents were telling me to shush, but you can't be. That's you guys, you don't know what you're talking about. And then the flight
Oh,
attendant, I guess it wasn't shush so much as the flight attendant. It was just like, we can all hear you. I
I
want to dance with
don't
somebody.
I don't like this story. Someone
Yeah.
stifled
Well,
they stifled you. I would like if I could go back in time, if my
yeah.
that could be go back in time and save that, and maybe that put something in your head and you're like, oh, I can't be on Broadway. And maybe that
Yeah,
did it.
maybe,
That flight
maybe I
attendant.
get shushed. Maybe. But I also think of it from the perspective of an adult. So now you were jam as an adult on a plane, and some child is
Shut
definitely
up, kid.
yeah,
Shut it up.
yeah. And you hope to yourself, maybe they don't know all the words. Maybe they'll only chime in for the chorus. No, this child knows every word to that song. I feel like you would be like, okay, it was cute for the chorus, but she keeps going. Point is, I loved Whitney
Oh
too. I
man. That's
also
a good
loved
song. That's a good
Whitney.
song.
Okay, what do we think? 2, 3 more? Here comes the
Yeah,
next one.
keep it going.
This
I could do this all day. To
all
quote Captain
day.
America, I could do this
I
all
could do
day.
this all day. We love her. We love her. We should choose her. This find true love today, or that win the lottery next year. Find true love today, win the lottery next year. This is the love. That is the money. What are you choosing?
I know exactly what I'm choosing, but what are
You-
you choosing, Renee? I'd like to hear from you first
Sure.
this time.
Oh, yeah. No, I think I have control over money. I can control how much I make. I cannot control love. So, yes, give me that love because I can't do
Dang.
it on my own.
Stacy says you. Are you going essentially love or money? Dang. Gosh, what is up with my bitter, bitter heart? I'm choosing the lottery ticket a year from
Yeah,
now.
that's
Heck
fair.
yeah,
That's
yes.
fair.
I
That's
can find
fair.
love. Like, listen, I fall in love so much that I'm sure once I win this lottery ticket, I'll fall in
Yes.
love again. Not worried about that. I can then go pursue my dreams. I can go. And I think that just shows, like, for me, my dreams actually matter so much more than like
Yeah.
falling in love.
That's true.
It's not the biggest priority for me.
It's very
Oh,
true.
Stacey also didn't find true love. Got it. I'm the bitter
No, you're
Scrooge
not. You're
curmudgeon.
not.
No,
You're not at all. I think. But again, we talked about this. I think the people that succeed make those sacrifices. You've got it. You've got the it factor, my friend. You've got it. If you want it, you can get it. Okie dokie, okie dokie. I
Said single
think,
ladies? I
yeah,
liked it.
it was. It was. I don't like that one.
One more, last one, Renee. Make
Okay.
it a good one.
Okay, yeah. This is a no-brainer for me, but I'm curious how you and Stacey are going to choose.
Okay. Mm.
This is chronically, like, always, every event you ever go to, every time you're outside, every time, always. You were always underdressed, that, overdressed.
Oh God, yeah.
Underdressed, so you're looking frumpy. That, overdressed, you're looking fancy, but nobody else is fancy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with overdressed, hands down. It's my
know.
worst nightmare to be underdressed, like even the slightest bit. I feel like when you're overdressed, it's like, oh, okay, fancy. Like no one's just like, woof. I mean, to a certain degree, I could imagine if it's just like you're going to a club or you're going to like a bar, a dive bar,
Right.
and like Renee shows up in a prom dress, like it might
Sure.
be
a
I think it's
little.
for women. It might be even harder, because it's
Right.
like overdressed. I can go. Uh, my overdress is going to be a tuxedo at most. That's as far as I can
Sure.
take it.
Of course. But I think it doesn't have to always be a tuxedo. It can just be like, so if you're at the beach, you're wearing what you'd wear to a cocktail party. It's just a little overdressed. That's all. Okay, but yours is overdressed. Stacey, what are you doing? You're doing overdressed,
This
underdressed.
this is an overdressed. Renee
This
is going to go underdressed.
absolutely every day, every time. Absolutely. Comfort, 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 comfort. I'm sorry you guys are itchy right now, but I'm feeling good. I'm 100% cotton. Thank you. Yeah, I don't somebody presented to me that like a really sweet way to try to justify my behavior. They said they used it, they even did it as like, I'll talk about me first so that you don't have to feel like you're being said, I have a condition with which clothes don't like, only soft cotton feels good on me. Like everything else is kind of like irritating and upsetting to my body. And I like thought about it and I was like, well, yeah, but I don't think any more so than normal. I just don't like to be told what to do when it comes to my clothes, and I like to be comfortable.
All right. Well, you heard it first. Do not have a dress code because Renee will ignore it.
Will not meet it. She won't meet it. I'm supposed to. Well, we've already talked about that. I'm supposed to be a maid of honor in a wedding, and a text has been sent of, "Can I wear pants?"
Has there been a reply back to
Nope,
it?
there is not.
Renee, I know this is your friends get married every weekend. And so I'm sure you've been in many a wedding party. Have you gotten away with your pantsuits before, or
Yeah.
do they always put you in a dress?
To know me is to know she's not going to wear a dress.
Fair. So if they're putting you in the wedding party, they need to know that
They know
you're not going to wear a
she's got no
dress.
pants. Yeah. Exactly. And it's the thing that I sent was like this billowy thing that in a photo it could look like a dress, but I'll know when I do my high kicks on the dance floor. These are pants.
So
yes,
that is part of also. Do you think that's also part of the reasoning why you want, for one, I mean, you don't like dresses, but two, you like to dance in a pants. You like to dance in your pants.
I like to dance in a pants. How come I do? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I probably should unpack such a thing in therapy, but I don't
No,
know.
I don't think you need to at
never
all.
liked
I don't think you need to
being
waste a single
uncomfortable.
session on unpacking that. You like what you like. There's one thing that the name of this is Get On Up with Jam and Renee.
Yeah.
Renee likes what she likes.
I
That's
like
the
what I
tagline
like.
of the show. Well, we are here at the end of the show. Renee, thank you for taking us through
Yes.
this or that. Really appreciate it.
You're
Love
welcome.
it. I love the segment.
I
You do
cleaned
so
out the room,
well.
so I would like to bid adieu to the very last time we ever play this or that on the show. I think enough.
Why?
Yeah, we cleaned out the room.
Well, they were
To
gonna
be
leave
fair,
anyways. They were gonna leave anyways.
we'll try not doing it next week and see what happens.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll look at the data. All right. Well, I look forward to seeing what you're gonna replace it with, because it's fun. This
Probably
or that's
more water
fun.
slides.
All right. All right. Well, it is time for Thankful Thursday. What are you thankful for? We would love to hear from you. Get on uppers. And then we get Stacey for 1 hour tomorrow because you have Bible study at 10. But that's great, Stacey, because you're right in time for your birthday. We're gonna celebrate Stacey's birthday tomorrow. That's tomorrow. Today is Thursday. Thankful Thursday. What are you thankful for? Renee, would you like to kick us off?
What are we thankful for? Listen, she's a hypocrite if she's anything. I have been adamant on the show. Social media is the devil. Social media is terrible. Social media is terrible. I am so thankful for every single celebrity who kids admire speaking out against what's going on in Florida. Lin-Manuel did a 3-part tweet saying, you are loved, 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 you are normal. This is all natural. Everything is wonderful. We see you, we see you, we see you. And I think that is important. And it's also great because Lin-Manuel Miranda is Disney. He is Disney. So for him to be like, is good. And so I'm just I'm proud of the people that are speaking out and saying this shouldn't have happened and we're sorry and we got you. So I am thankful for courage of people who have influence.
I love that so much. I also it remind me, Sarah. It's actually if you have it, if it's easily accessible, I did put a screenshot of a tweet that Mark Hamill put in conjunction, similar to what Renee is talking about. If we have that, I'll just keep chit chatting. If you are able to put it up, awesome. If not, we'll save it for tomorrow. Here it is.
Yeah.
So the bill is called "Don't
Yeah.
Say Gay." And Mark
Yeah.
Hamill just his whole entire tweet is just gay, 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 gay,
Good.
gay, 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 gay. That's his whole entire tweet. It's just gay like
Yes.
50 times because the bill's called "Don't Say Gay."
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought it was hilarious. That's great.
That's
That's
amazing.
great.
That's amazing. Thankful for Mark Hamill.
Thank you for
Good.
Mark
Yes.
Hamill. See? That's good.
Yes.
I am thankful for peace and safety. As much as I can sometimes hoe and hum over things going on, and it's relative, like when you're in high school and you can't find your right prom dress, it's stressful, but it's relative. But then you look at the bigger picture. I'm just grateful that I'm not in a war-torn country, which there are so many, not just in Ukraine.
Right.
It's around the globe. I am relatively safe, so I feel very, very, very blessed to get to do what it is that I do. And I have my health. I woke up this morning, so that is already a win. And I made
Good
my
one.
bed. I
You
make it
made your
every morning.
bed. Great job.
Do
Yep.
you?
No,
Are you?
surprised by
I
that.
didn't
Yeah,
ask
no,
my
we knew.
question.
Yeah, no, we knew.
Renee, I love us so much because in some ways Renee and I are like so like, and then in other ways we are like this beautiful yin and yang to each other,
Yeah.
and I think it's
Yeah.
really beautiful and amazing.
It's good.
Um,
Yeah.
and this is again, there's no bell. My hands are up, Renee. I do not
Yes.
have a bell in my hand.
No
There is no
shame.
bell.
Yes.
There is
Yes.
only love here.
Only
But
love.
what turned the beat around for me was because I wasn't always making my bed. Getting up
Right.
was curious. Do we have any daily bed makers? I got into this habit of making my bed because James Allen, author of The Purposeful Millionaire, he has in his book, he's like, you make your bed every day, you've won. You've accomplished at least one thing. And then Renee's like, I've heard all this before.
Yeah. No, I agree with it. Yeah. I agree with it. And it does feel good. And you do have a well, I did one thing. And it's nice to look at all day long. The benefits of it are great. Yeah.
Renee's like, got it, been there. I like what I like. I am what I am.
I used to make it every day. I get we don't have time to get. I am so susceptible to dangerous OCD that I'm now
so you
trying
need
to
a little bit of mess. I got
tell.
you. I like
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Renee's like,
Also
let me
put
just.
groceries in there.
That's
But
fair.
it's
That's fair.
it'll be a constant theme in my life of me pendulum between dangerous OCD and absolute chaos and mayhem, because I can't seem to find where that middle spot is. But that's my purpose in life. That is my reason that I've been put here, is to figure out what's the middle ground on this.
Hey,
Yes.
listen, balance is a journey, not a destination. We're all looking for that and all the things that we are. Again, we all also have our own balance of yin and yang going on inside of ourselves.
It's
Even
so
the way
true.
that we pronounce it, yin and yang, yin and yang. I heard Marianne Williamson calls it yin and yang, and I'm like, she's smart. That's how I'll say it.
Okay, let's hear it.
And Stacey is thankful for the church lady Debbie and your family. We love that so much, and your Aunt Tracy as well. Well, there it is. Well, this is the show. We want to also thank all of you Get On Uppers, all of you, Bill, Stacey, and Melinda, all of our Get On Uppers, and the ones who watch the delayed tape recordings at
Thank
home when they
you.
get off of school, they rush home, and they're like, "What happened on Get On Up today? I
We
have to
gotta
see."
know.
Big thank you to our not editor. See, I'm thinking of my podcast. See, Sarah, see what I did? Our producer, Sarah. No editing needed.
Yay.
This is all live. And we'll be back here tomorrow at 7 a.m. Pacific time, 8 a.m. Mountain time, 9 a.m. Central time, and 10 a.m. Eastern time as well. And then tomorrow it's Friday. So it's Renee's second favorite day of the week. She can't wait. She's working for the weekend. We're going to check in to see what your weekend plans are. We're also going to do another women's history moment. And we'll check out Forget About It Friday. Where are you going to forget about? And we'll be playing Jam You Lion. Essentially, am I telling the truth with some facts, or am I lying?
Can't wait. I cannot wait. The best time. And if you want to keep watching programming, well, we got your back right here on Backchannel. Up next is Anthony Davis, followed by Your Pal Hal and The Drive with Mario Smith. Will end the day. It's going to be great. It is going to be such a good time. All right, Jam, you ready to get out of here?
Well, I am. I just was burping off camera, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
hopefully Renee keeps talking so I don't burp.
Absolutely.
And then I told everybody what I was doing. Oh my God.
Absolutely.
Hoda won't tell you that. Well, you can head on over to www.backchannel, leave a review, helps people to watch our show even more. Let them know how much you love it. We love you all. Have a great, wonderful Thursday. I am James Arthur M.
And I'm Renee Colvert. And you just got
on up.
Bye, guys. See you tomorrow.